back. This is day 2. Guest, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you, Amy and Melissa. This is Joan Sedita from Keys to Literacy. And I am so excited to be at this conference and to be able to meet Amy and Melissa in person,
Aww.
the dynamic dyslexia duo.
We're going to add another D.
Yeah. I have been coming to IDA conferences and presenting at them since, I hate to tell you how long ago, but since 1977.
Oh, wow.
And it's a wonderful organization, and it's a great opportunity for educators to learn about the best way to teach our kiddos who have difficulty with reading and writing.
So so think about your person in your audience. What do you hope those people will take away from your speeches?
So this afternoon, I'm doing a session about the writing rope framework for writing instruction, but the focus is going to be on why we need to integrate reading and writing at the same time. And what I'm going to do is actually compare Scarborough's reading rope next to the writing rope and show all the ways that they are connected. So that's my session today. Later in the afternoon, I'm doing a session, part of a symposium about executive function.
Oh, I want to go to that.
And there'll be several of us on the panel. I'm going to focus on how executive function deficits affect learning to read and write. And then tomorrow morning, I'm doing a session about adolescent literacy. And we're going to talk about, in particular, intervention instruction for our older students who have difficulty with reading. I think your question, though, was like, what do I want my audience to get away? I think from all of these, because I'm not a researcher, I'm not a college instructor, I've taught college courses, but I'm a practitioner, right? I'm in the trenches, in schools, helping teachers. So for me, the biggest takeaway is when somebody says, wow, you just said something that I can use with my students tomorrow. Like that, that's the goal.
Yeah, absolutely. So have you gotten to listen to any of the other, I know you heard Dr. Hasbrook this morning, right?
Yes. Well, I only got in yesterday afternoon, so I haven't had a chance to see many of the others. But, you know, Jan, I've known her. She's a wonderful colleague, and I'm so glad she was the one who received the award this morning. And her keynote was the kind of overarching keynote that doesn't necessarily get into how you teach, right? But that empowers educators and kind of uplifts us and reminds us why we do this work.
Right. And I believe all of us sitting at this table are here for a different reason. Something else brought us here, but we are very passionate about being here and serving the kids who deserve this kind of help to help them be able to achieve their goals too.
And
Absolutely.
I'm not sure if our listeners know, because we haven't pushed the podcast out yet, but we have a much longer podcast coming with Joan Sedita in about probably a week or 2 weeks or something like that. So be watching for it, because she's going to talk all about her book and her research and just so much good stuff that you should have seen Melissa and our notes. It was like all over the place on our papers.
And your voice was in my head when I was working with my kids. I was thinking, okay, I need to incorporate writing more. Okay, what am I going to do?
That's great. Well, that makes me feel so good, and I think I think we ended up with a nice podcast, and a lot of it is because of you too, and the questions that you asked. You know, you knew to ask the best questions. So, yeah, stay tuned, everybody. We can't wait for it to come out.
Okay, so you're the third member of the dyslexia duo, so now we're the dyslexia trio.
All right, no, the three amigos. Three amigos, right?
We have to do that dance like they did.
Yes.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Miss Sedita, for coming on.
Thank you. That was fun.
You're welcome.
Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.